Melanated. I was sitting and thinking about over the past years how there have been so many people that have gone off to the islands, to the mountains, to this place, that place, on vacation with a group of friends, and wind up dead. I say that to say we have lost our senses totally, our ability. I'm not talking about our sense like people talk like you ought to have common sense. I'm talking about our senses, our spidey senses. We've lost them because we can't even tell when people don't really like us. You know my saying, DMX did wonders for me. Trust everybody to be themselves and trust the fact you see them well. People show you every day how they feel. Trust a liar to be a liar, trust a thief to be a thief, trust a murderer to be a murderer. Those people didn't get in those situations. Those people worked their way up to killing. They had shown those people who they were. They had talked about murder. They'd been playing those violent video games and enjoying it a little too much. So they showed them who they were, but they did not fail to see the sign. They showed them that they didn't like them, but they failed to see it. People show you every day how they truly feel about you. The thing is, do you pick it up and work with it and use it? You know? I admire Stephen Jackson. Those cats on that podcast, most of them are real talk. I admire them a lot. Stephen Jackson. Well, because he had set up a prenuptial agreement for his wedding with his fiancee. And they had discussed it. They had both agreed to it. So he gave it to her 3 or 4 months before. Never signed it. Day of the wedding came, still hadn't signed it. She tried to get him to go to a preacher. Preacher told him that God will handle that. Don't need a prenuptial. But he said, forget that. God is telling us two different things. God is telling me I need a prenuptial. He's telling you I don't. So I'm going to go with what God's telling me. And he did not have the wedding, didn't show up for the wedding, went and had a party. That's what we have to do when people show you who they are. If they'd agreed to the prenuptial, then it comes down to time and she's stalling, dragging her feet, don't want to sign it, then that's a problem. Why go ahead with the wedding? That's all I'm saying, Melanated, is know the people around you and know how they truly feel about you. Be blessed.